Okay, now we look at ancillary benefits. Ancillary is just a fancy word for dental and vision. Okay, so first you had your major medical, now you're looking at ancillary benefits, dental and vision coverage. Okay, dental insurance can work one of two ways. There's two ways that you can use dental insurance. Now, personally, I think dental insurance is highly overvalued from an employee's perspective, simply because when it comes to insurance, a lot of times people just want to know that it's there and that they have it, but they might not know exactly how it works. Dental insurance, the way that it's typically structured, is kind of in the reverse of health insurance. Where health insurance, you have a deductible that you have to pay and then an out-of-pocket max that you have to pay up to. But you could have $1 million of bills, but you would only get maxed out at paying $5,000 if that was your max out of pocket. It's the reverse on dental. When you have a maximum out of pocket on your dental coverage, and you'll typically see plans with a $1,500 maximum out of pocket, that's generally what you'll see. That is the most that your plan will actually pay for you towards coverage. So if you had $5,000 in bills and you had like major work that needed to be done, typically what would happen on a standard dental plan would be they would cover 50% of the costs up to $1,500 of them paying. So once your bill hit $3,000, that would max out. But if you had a $5,000 bill from the dentist for major work, you would have your $1,500 to pay, and then you'd have another $2,000 to pay after that, because your plan only covered $1,500 and 50%, right? So, and traditionally, if there's a deductible with the plan, that means that, again, same as major medical, you have to pay 100% of that. So you may pay $50 or $300, and then your plan kicks in, but it only pays 50% for major work, 80% usually for basic, and then like 100% for your annual cleanings. So twice a year, every 6 months when you get your cleanings. Usually those are free, maybe x-rays as well. There's also dental indemnity plans. You'll see those with a company like an Aflac, where it's actually just a service where you could actually put it on top of your dental plan to have extra coverage along, with your traditional dental, where you may take a plan and you have that in that scenario where you had $5,000 of work done and your one plan only covered $1,500. You have another plan on top of it that actually just is more of an indemnity program, where it just has a set amount of cash value that it will pay for each specific service up to another $1,500 to $2,000. So something like if you had a couple crowns that needed done, and maybe the insurance company pays $500 per crown, the indemnity side of coverage, meaning you had 3 crowns done, they're going to give you an additional $1,500. Usually you just give that card that you would have like with an Aflac to the dentist, and they would bill Aflac directly, and Aflac would just pay the dentist. And then you would also have your other insurance, maybe it's through Delta Dental. You would also have Delta Dental cover their portion, and so it would be lesser of a bill. Or sometimes you just straight up use something like an Aflac program because it maybe is a little cheaper and there's no network involved. That is also another solution. But Aflac does also now, I believe, offer group dental plans like you would see with a traditional Delta plan, along with their indemnity plans. So you could actually use both. And then we look at vision. Okay, vision coverage is very similar to dental coverage, where, again, I think, in my humble opinion, overvalued. But what it does is, if you have something like through VSP, who is probably the most common vision provider, is a yearly allowance for an exam, or you'll have a copay. Maybe it's $20, where you go get an eye exam every year, and you'll pay $20, and that's your copay. Then it has an allowance for frames and contacts, and some will have discount programs for things like LASIK. But with those, it's always good to weigh out the pros and cons of how much you're paying into it, how much you're going to use it, how much you even get out of it for using it. And then it's kind of a wash if you do end up using it, but employees in particular really appreciate having vision along with dental, along with health. It's just kind of one of those core things that they value. And when you get into, the larger your group is, the cheaper something like a vision plan may be. It might only be like $4 a month or $5 a month. It just depends the size of the company and the program that you're going through, and the extent of the benefits. But that's basically vision coverage in a nutshell. There are some programs, again, like through an Aflac, that offer that part of the vision coverage, and then they do offer some sort of insurance for any like injuries or diseases to your vision, or like if you lost eyesight or you got some sort of macular degeneration or something where you started to lose eyesight, or had some catastrophic event where you would get paid some sort of cash amount for that event. That's about the extent of vision coverage.